Thank you. This is one of my favorite talks, Mars and Venus in the bedroom. Definitely when I talk about the differences between men and women, when I talk about differences between men and women and outside the bedroom, sometimes people have to take a while before they're willing to openly accept, yes, we are different, how do we work with it? But I've never had anybody argue with me or resist the idea that men and women in the bedroom are different. It's very clear when the clothes come off that we are different. It's very clear that we approach sex differently. And what I'm going to do is help us understand those differences in a positive way, because after a while we tend to misinterpret the differences. Many times women think, oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't love me. Sometimes women feel just used. Oh, he just wants to have sex. He doesn't love me. And that's not true at all. But it will seem that way because he's rather peculiar when it comes to the way he approaches sex. And men think, oh, she's not interested in sex. Sex isn't important to her. I have to convince her to have sex. This is like a war. I'm always trying to get her to have sex. I never get what I want. At least up to about 38 men feel that way. Then the whole thing changes. 38 men are going, hey, if I'm not going to get it, I give up, I'll play golf. And that's right, when women start going through a change of life, around 37, testosterone levels start to increase, and the world is filled with a lot of horny 37-year-old women. They're the ones that always give me trouble when I talk about men wanting sex and women not wanting it. They go, hey, wait a second, my husband's sleeping, I want sex. I go, well, how old are you? When did you start feeling this way? About 37. It always comes up. It's about that age where the shift starts to take place. With this understanding, not only can you have great sex long before 37 in a relationship, a loving, committed, intimate, good communication relationship, but well beyond 37. A man's sexual libido does not have to decrease, and as a woman's sexual libido increases, she does not have to sacrifice that. She can have her needs met, his needs can be met. Better health is the result of great sex. People who have great sex lives are healthier and they're more vibrant. People who don't have sex lives, doesn't mean they're going to get sick, but a lot of people who are sick stopped having sex a long time ago. It is monogamy that makes a marriage. Marriage is not a marriage without monogamy. A woman cannot grow in passion. She cannot discover her sexuality. As a woman gets older, she becomes more sexual. She discovers the variety of sexual moods and expressions within her as she matures. But she will not discover that. She cannot discover that, or it's difficult for her to find that if she doesn't feel loved and cherished. That is the secret. If you want passion to last, for a woman to continue unfolding, she needs to feel cherished. And men don't realize that. And the number one way to make a woman feel cherished is monogamy. Because when you make her more important than anybody else, more special than anybody else, when your eyes are wandering over there, ooh, that looks good, you go, okay, I'm glad the plumbing is working. Aim it home, James. And you bring it back home just like that. Monogamy. Always bringing that energy back to your partner. What happens is it trains you, I'm talking about men here particularly, it trains you to always direct your sexual energy to the woman you love. Because see, for men, we don't have love and sexual energy tied up the way it is for women. With women, they feel more sexual energy the more loved they feel. When a woman's heart opens, then the energy goes down and she feels more sexual energy. She wants to have sex. She hungers for sex, just like some testosterone-driven guy, if she feels loved. When she feels loved, then she hungers for sex. She enjoys sex. Sex is great. It's a highlight of her life. It's fabulous. But if she doesn't feel loved, she can take it or leave it. It's not that important to her. Love is very important to women to open them up to sex. For men, it's not always that way. A young man, and I have to be very honest, and I think most men will relate to this, hey, I'm an adolescent guy. If she's willing, I'm ready. We're standing at attention. Okay, let's do it. Love was not that important. It's the opportunity for sex is what turns a man on, a young man, an immature man, adolescent man. If he has the opportunity for sex, that energy starts flowing. So what I'm talking about is testosterone is wild energy. He's ready to go. If I can't do it here, let me do it here, let me do it here, let me do it here. Men don't have to have love, at least when they're young, in order to have sexual attraction. They can be attracted to somebody they don't know. As a man matures, he starts integrating sexual energy with love energy. Now, Now, as a mature married man, it's very clear to me. As a younger man, I didn't know that. I just wanted sex. Men just want sex. Women today think men just want sex, but they don't know why men just want sex. And that's what we're going to answer here and change everybody's attitude about men and sex. And why is this important? Well, let's say you're married. This happened in my marriage. And I go off on a business trip. I'm gone 2 or 3 days. Well, when I come home, I've been missing something. So I'm quite excited. I got one thing on my mind. I get home and say, honey, let's go upstairs. Have sex. Now, when we're courting and dating, that's always fine. Or right first few years of marriage. But after things settle in, routine sets in, and I come home, want to have sex, and she thinks, is that all you want? Don't you even want to talk to me? We haven't even talked in days. You don't even know what's been going on in my life. Don't you care about me? Is it my body all that you want? Don't you love me? And I go, well, sure, I love you. That's why I want to have sex with you. Well, don't you want to talk to me? Share with me? No. I mean, if we have to talk, let's do it after sex. Let's just do it now. Now, am I some kind of creep or whatever? I'm a loving guy. I'm a good guy. And yet, I would come home and want to have sex with my wife. And when I came home, guess what she wanted to do sometimes? She didn't want to have sex. She said, I can't have sex. I need to talk. I need to share. One time she said to me, I need to get reacquainted, John. I said, reacquainted? We're married. What do you got to get reacquainted for? Well, you know, it's like you've been gone. I need to open up. I need to share. I need to spend some time with you. We got to do something special together.